Hi, this is Neeta Ganapati. Welcome to today's presentation, 5 Shifts to Loving, Respectful, and Powerful Relationships. I have some really fantastic content that I'm so excited to share with you. And as you listen to it, you will understand it is not impossible to have healthy and happy relationship. But first, let's talk about who this is for. This is for women who are struggling in their relationships with their children, life partners, and colleagues. Whether you have been struggling in your relationships for years or just feeling stuck, either way, this is for you. In the next 45 minutes, you will discover how to make yourself a priority in your life and still enjoy loving, respectful, and powerful relationships with the people you love, work, and enjoy spending time with. How to stay calm and effective even when you're feeling angry, hurt, and anxious. How to handle people's drama without having emotional outbursts, meltdowns, or withdrawing into your shell. How to feel confident and worthy even if your life partner, children, and coworkers don't appreciate or recognize your contributions. How to do all of this without the help of therapy, drugs, food, shopping, or any other coping mechanism that doesn't work. If you stick with me for the duration of this webinar, my promise to you is to hand you a step by step strategy for creating and maintaining loving, respectful, and powerful relationships. It may seem impossible right now, but if you just listen to what I have to say, you will realize why these rules and shifts have worked for thousands of people and why there's no reason why it should not work for you. Now, before we dive into the real content, I would like to lay down some house rules. While this process is magical, it's not a magic pill. You have to bring an intense desire, not just a half hearted wishing. You have to bring an intense desire, belief, and committed action. You have to suspend skepticism for the duration of the program and give it a chance to work for you. The results are not typical. Neither my results or my clients' results are typical. The stories of exceptional people that you'll hear later on in the presentation are people who earned their good relationships. They came with an open mind, followed instructions diligently, worked ruthlessly on themselves, and never doubted the efficacy of the process. You and you alone will determine your final result. But before we dive into the actual content, let me just check in if this sounds like you. Do you feel stuck, fearful, or frustrated in your relationships? Are the conflicts at home or work sucking your enthusiasm for life? How many dreams have your anger, hurt, and frustrations cost you? Is your health suffering due to the relationship conflicts? Do you feel you have to cry, complain, or fight to get what you want? Are you convinced that you have bad luck when it comes to relationships and often ask, why me? Do you feel you do not receive the appreciation, recognition, and support you deserve? Are your low self esteem and lack of confidence robbing you of amazing success at work? Are you worried about why your partner does not love you? Or worse still, scared of not finding someone to love you? And finally, are you scared that your failed relationships are causing you serious mental, emotional, and health problems for you? Well, the good news is none of that is the real problem. The real problem is that you haven't made the shifts to understand your true power, to create and maintain loving, respectful, and powerful relationships. Now, once you make these shifts, you will never again settle for anything less than true love, a respectful family, and a successful career. Your family, friends, and coworkers will want to know the secret to your confidence and enthusiasm. You will begin to manifest what seem to be impossible goals and dreams as you release your hurt, anger, frustrations, and anxiety. You will reignite spark, intimacy, and passion with your current partner or magnetize an amazing life partner. You will look forward to family events with energy and excitement. You will command authority and respect from your colleagues as you conduct yourself with confidence at your workplace. You will start attracting appreciation, recognition, and support from friends and family. And you'll do all of this amidst your busy life and work without going to therapy or having to run away into the Himalayas to find peace. Now, before we start talking about the actual shifts, let me tell you who I am and why you should listen to me. I'm a Harvard lawyer who gave up a lucrative legal career to pursue my calling. I have 3 degrees in law, licensed to practice law in New York, California, and India, and come from a deep lineage of ancient Vedic wisdom that goes back 5,000 years. I have 10 plus years experience in coaching high net worth and successful career women in the Silicon Valley to find harmony in their personal and professional relationships. I have given motivational talks at prestigious universities like Stanford and University of California, Santa Cruz, and corporations like Oracle and LinkedIn. And I have 30 plus years experience in different healing modalities, which gives me a unique position where I can combine modern scientific psychological principles plus ancient wisdom to bring healing to any relationship. Now, before we talk about the actual shifts, I want to tell you how I discovered these 5 quantum shifts. Now, before I started using these shifts, I have been working with hundreds of people. And I realize that there are some people who are always struggling with all their relationships. And then there are people who have wonderful relationships where they have loving passionate relationship with their partners, loving relationship with their family and children, and confident relationships with their co-workers and colleagues. And I realized that the people who had successful relationships were doing something that the others were not doing. And what is more, they were able to have these successful relationships not because they were surrounded by wonderful people who had no problems. They were able to maintain successful relationships despite the difficult people in their life. So I realized that there was something to these 5 shifts. Then, and I started implementing them in my life and saw amazing results. And then I started implementing these 5 shifts with my clients. And even they started displaying incredible and amazing results by using these 5 quantum shifts. So these 5 quantum shifts you must make to go from suffering in difficult relationships to being loved, respected, and sought after. I'm going to walk you through all of them in this session, one by one. The first quantum shift you have to make is to become a conscious creator. This is the heart of the process, the first shift to become a conscious creator. Why? Because you create your own reality. We are always creating our reality, whether we are aware of it or not, either consciously or unconsciously, either intentionally or unintentionally, we are creating our reality based on the basic principle of physics, like attracts like. So, every person, circumstance, event, and interaction in your life, either we have attracted it, invited it, allowed it, or created it. And I know there will be an instant resistance from people saying, no, I could not have attracted or invited abusive relationships or terminal disease. Well, I'm not suggesting that you did this deliberately or even consciously. You are not aware that you have created this reality, and that is why it is so important to become a conscious creator. Let's find out why it is so important to become conscious of your thoughts, feelings, and visualizations. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you visualize, you create. So, what you are constantly thinking, your conscious dominant thought, is what you become. So, that is why it's very important to become aware of what you think. What you feel, not what you want, you attract. Most other coaches would talk to you about the law of attraction and affirmations, and all those things work. But the one thing that they don't tell you is it's not what you want that you attract, it's what you feel that you attract. And what you visualize, you create. And visualization provides the anchoring of your thoughts. When you project your thought onto one goal, you create that which you visualize. So now you know why it is so important to become a conscious creator, because you have to watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character. Watch your character, for it becomes destiny. So, your personality creates your personal reality. And what is your personality? Your personality consists of your words, actions, habits, character. And when you bring awareness to this, when you become conscious of your words, actions, habits, character, you create your destiny. So, unless you make your conscious unconscious, it will drive you and you will call it fate. These are the words of the most famous 20th century psychoanalyst Carl Jung. And let me repeat that one more time. Unless you make your unconscious conscious, it will drive you and you will call it fate. So we only attract what we subconsciously believe, not what we consciously want. So if you are not aware of your subconscious beliefs, you will not be able to manifest your conscious desires. So becoming conscious of your thoughts and beliefs, not in harmony with your desires. That is what a conscious creator is, to become conscious that my desires, are they in alignment with my beliefs and thoughts and feelings? And for that, we have to realize that your mind is your best friend and your worst enemy. Your mind can either choose to survive or thrive, but not both. But it is a choice. So let's face it, if you could solve your problems consciously, you would have done it by now. And you still have problems. Why is that so? The bad news is you created the problematic relationship because you are the point of attraction. But the good news, you can fix it because you are the point of power. So anything that you have created, if you don't like, if you take responsibility for creating it, you also get the power to change it. Now let's talk about the second shift, which is respond, not react. The first shift is become a conscious creator. How do you become a conscious creator? You have to implement the second shift, which is you learn to respond, not react. When you react, what are you doing? you are reacting, recreating the same relationship, the same experience, the same relationships again and again and again. However, when you respond, you create anew. We react to our perception of reality, not reality itself. Because you don't experience people as they are. You experience people as you are. The people in your life are a mirror to how you are treating yourself. Whether you love, accept, and honor yourself will be reflected in the people in your life. So, all meaning is subject to interpretation. If you don't like the way you feel about something or someone, you can change it. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. These are powerful words by Dr. Wayne Dyer, a New Age guru and relationship expert. And let me repeat that again. When we change the way we look at things or the people in our life, the things or the people in our life we look at change. So, to the best way I can explain this is with the example of a thermometer and a thermostat. So, when you are reacting, you are behaving like a thermometer. And what does a thermometer do? It picks up the temperature of the environment in which it is placed. It has no choice. So, however that person reacts, you feel you are obligated or obliged to react the same way, tit for tat. However, you do have a choice to behave like a thermostat. And what does a thermostat do? Once the thermostat is set to a certain temperature in the house, inside a room, irrespective of the temperature outside, the inside temperature of the room does not change. So, if we set our emotional temperature to love and gratitude and forgiveness, irrespective of how badly the people are behaving in front of us, we need not react to that. We actually have a choice to respond. Now, let's understand human behavior a little bit because that will tell you why it is not wise to react if you want to change the relationships in your life, but learn to respond. Because modern science has confirmed that we have two biases. One is a confirmation bias, and the other one is a negativity bias. And the confirmation bias tells us that we find what we are looking for. So if you actually go out and look for a red car, even though you never had one, suddenly you'll see hundreds of red cars in your reality, in your town, in your roads, while previously you didn't because you were not looking for it. Similarly, with relationships, if you are expecting someone to behave badly, they will. It's a self-fulfilling expectation and they will behave badly. So what we are looking for is what we get. And the second bias is a negativity bias. The negativity bias means that we are hardwired to expect the worst case scenario. Why? Because it helps us to survive. When we are prepared for the worst case scenario, we are prepared to survive, which is a great thing, except you only survive. You don't know, you cannot thrive because your mind can only choose to survive or thrive. It cannot do both at the same time. So, how do you learn to respond and not react? You can do that with the power of positive self correction. And to utilize the power of self correction, we have to use our emotions, which is energy in motion. Our emotions are our inner guidance system. They tell us, because remember, what we feel is what we attract. So we need to understand the relationship between thoughts and emotions if you really want to understand how to respond and not react. When we react to people and situation in our life, what happens? We are first feeling something based on our previous memory, previous experience, and then we craft or design our thoughts to match that feeling. So you are feeling hurt, and then you come up with all the excuses, rationalization, defenses, blame, why you should feel hurt. But to learn to respond, you'll have to flip that. First, you think and then you emote. When you're reacting, what are you doing? First, you are feeling your emotions, you're emoting, and then you're bringing your thoughts to match your emotions. But we will learn to, in the second shift, learn how to shift it altogether, turn it upside down. That is, you first think, that is, you behave like a thermostat. You set your internal thoughts, and then your emotions will match your thoughts and bring that which you want into your reality. So, the foundation of this shift, respond, not react, is to take 100% responsibility, which means you are not going to act like a victim or look for a villain. Because if you make yourself a victim, somebody has to be the villain. And that means that you cannot blame yourself or rationalize your situation or find a justification why you have to live this less than optimal relationship. Because even though all the bad relationships and unpleasant situations in your life is your problem, it is not your fault. I will share a wonderful quote from Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who's a psychiatrist and a psychoanalyst. And that will give you an insight into how important it is to respond and not react. Between stimulus and response, there is space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom. So when things are happening to us, we have a choice to respond or to react. If you are reacting, you are going back on the seesaw, tit for tat, the same thing you're creating again and again and again and again. But we do have a choice to respond to it, to become a thermostat and not a thermometer. And in that decision to respond lies our power to grow and to be free. So, do you want to be a hamster on the wheel going round and round and round and round with the bad relationships, or do you want to break free? That brings us to the third shift. The third shift is the secret weapon. The first one is to become a conscious creator. How do we become a conscious creator? By responding and not reacting. So, how do we respond and not react? We use our third shift, which is the secret weapon. And the secret weapon is to change your energetic signature. See, you have to understand and realize that you are an infinite being with infinite power and infinite possibilities. Bad relationships are not a result of your weak will or bad luck. It's all about your energetic signature. Now, to understand this shift, you will have to understand that you are an energetic being having a material and physical experience. The problem starts when you think you're a physical or a material being trying to have an energetic experience, because we have to understand the relationship between energy and matter. And we have to understand the rules of energy, which is the world of energy, which is energy, vibration, and frequency. And what is energy? Energy is packets of information. Everything in this world is made up of energy. You are made up of energy. I am made up of energy. Sound is made up of energy. Matter is made up of energy. Light is made up of energy. Plants, animals, crystals, everything is made up of energy. That is information, which is vibrating, constantly moving at different frequencies. At lower frequencies, you experience pain and suffering, and higher frequency, you experience joy and bliss. This equation that Einstein gave us actually means a lot more in the world of relationship than you would imagine. When you look at this, the first thing you should understand, the most important thing is the equal sign between energy on the left and matter on the right. All this equation means in your world is that given the right circumstances, under the right circumstances, energy can become matter and matter can become energy. But the problem starts when we try to change our material and physical problems through the world of matter and material and physical world. Energy is the more powerful one that creates matter. Energy commands, creates, and controls matter. So when we want to step into our power, we cannot change it from our material and physical body. We have to step into our energetic body. And anything that is ever created is first preceded by a mental or energetic creation. Thereafter, it appears or manifests in your physical and material world. So, matter matters, but your reality is not your reality. Think about it. All this statement says is that your physical and material reality matters. Yes, you have this a problem, this challenge, these abusive people, but your current reality need not be your ultimate reality. You have the power as an infinite being with infinite powers and infinite possibilities to change that by changing your energetic signature. So let's see what are some of the old ways of your energetic signature. And it is important here to understand what a signature means. A signature is our identity. We own up, we have a contract with the universe that this is what I want. When we sign off something, we say we want this, we sign up for this. So that is why it is important to understand your old energetic signature. Your old energetic signature, when you're unconscious of being a creator, is thinking that the problem lies with the other people, or attracting a certain type of people again and again and again and not being aware of it. Why you are attracting the same kind of people? You don't know what you truly want, but you expect others to know what you want. Guilt tripping partners or child to love you, or thinking, why should I always try to fix it? Sometimes asking, why should I forgive? They were so mean to me. How can I love them if they behave so badly? Thinking that you can buy love by being a people pleaser. Trying to control people to behave in a certain way. And it never works that way. Expecting people will reciprocate your gestures of love and concern. And thinking that your only choice is to fight, flee, which is run away, or freeze, resign yourself to the bad behavior in the face of stressful interactions. Thinking it's not my fault, or doing tit for tat. Now let's look at what happens when you change your old energetic signature and install a new energetic signature. Step one, you have to change your energetic signature. So, your energy, you will now consciously vibrate at a different frequency and the frequency of your desires. Step two, vibrate at the frequency of your desire. Step three, the outcome of using this process is a dream partner who loves you for who you are, fun times with friends and family, more confidence, greater recognition, and promotions at work. Now, that brings us to the fourth shift, the glue that holds it all together. The first shift was become a conscious creator. The second shift is respond and not react. And how do we do that? We by changing our energetic signature. And how do we change our energetic signature? The fourth shift says to by living in the question. Now, as infinite beings, we have infinite choices. And anytime you experience a problem or a challenge, you have to ask yourself, if I'm an infinite being with infinite choices, would an infinite being choose this? Obviously not, at least not consciously or intentionally. So, reminding yourself that as an infinite being, I always have a choice. Always, always, always have a choice. It may not be what I want, but I have a choice. Now, living in the question is very important because you stop blaming others and feeling sorry for yourself. Because why? When you blame others and feel sorry for yourself, you are disempowering yourself. Why is that? Because you are giving away your power to somebody else. They hold the power to control what you feel, what you think, what you create. Isn't it much more powerful to take it back and say, yes, I created this, which I don't like, but guess what? I have the power to change it. So giving away your power is disempowering. Woundology. Now, woundology is when we are very young. In early life situations, we are imperfectly loved and imperfectly raised, which makes us hold on to certain kind of pain that we are very reluctant to let go of, because even though it's painful, it is familiar and comfortable. And survival demands that we have familiarity and live within our comfort zone. So it is very difficult. It is easy for most of us to live that wound because we know how to react. But the only way to change your energetic signature is to remind yourself that you are the writer of the code. You are not the code. Your thoughts and your feelings are the code. When you live unconsciously, then you become, or you behave on autopilot, or a pre-programmed conditioning. But when you step back and realize I'm the writer of the code, I can change the code anytime. I can change the way I feel, and I can change the way I think. So, what you desire is already in existence. It's very much like a video game. When you're playing a video game, you choose some moves whereby you lose in the game. But you can go back and choose other moves that leads to a victory in the game. You have not created those moves. They were always there. It was just a matter of choosing those moves. Similarly with life, as an infinite being, you have all the choices open. When you choose something and it gives you a result that you don't like, all you have to do is step back and change your energetic signature by choosing something different. And that happens when you live in the question, because every time you ask or demand an answer in the form of blaming or justification or rationalization, you're taking infinite possibility and condensing it into a reality that you can see and feel and experience. But when you ask the questions, especially when you are going through challenging times and challenging people, don't ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Just ask yourself, why is this happening for me? As an infinite being with infinite power, I have chosen this to teach me certain lessons, to help me grow and evolve. What is there that I need to learn so that I can walk about out of this challenging situation and create a new, better life? And to understand this a little better, you have to understand that possibilities is like white light. White light contains all the colors, the seven colors. But when you choose to wear a certain color glasses, let's say a pair of green glasses, you cannot see white light anymore. You cannot see infinite possibilities. All you'll see is green possibilities. No matter if you are wearing a green colored glasses, no matter how enthusiastically and excitedly I want to tell you that the world is white, light is white, infinite possibilities, you, even if you wanted to, you cannot see it because you're wearing the filter. You're seeing the light of the world through the filters of green glasses. So then you have to ask yourself that, why am I seeing this or experiencing this? And how can it get any better than this? How can I change this reality? Because think about it, as human beings, every major breakthrough, be that in the world of science, medicine, or any social endeavors, has happened when one individual asks, why is this like this? Or how can I change it? If nobody asked the questions, life would go on and on the way it is. So there is tremendous power in asking, what is this experience or person trying to teach me? How is this experience in my favor? What can I learn about it that I'm not aware of right now? How is this serving me? How is it in my best interest? If you ask those questions, your reality will change forever. That brings us to the final shift, which is the fifth shift. All of the above is possible if and only if you invest in mentorship. What is so important to why is it so important to invest in mentorship? Because when you have a mentor, there is accountability. When you know that a person is waiting for you, expecting you, and willing to help you, you show up in life. You take off your invisibility cloak and start the excuses and the rationalization, and you show up. And when you invest in your mentorship, you put skin in the game. You incentivize yourself to actually do what you need to do to change your energetic signature. Because we don't do anything unless we have skin in the game. And the only way we get skin in the game is investing something. And every time you invest in something big, your house or a car or a big jewelry, you get so happy. You treat it with so much respect and excitement. Similarly, when you invest in your personal growth, you're going to treat it with as much respect and seriousness that is necessary for you to change. Coaches are your blind spot monitor. Like I talked about a little bit earlier, we have some subconscious beliefs that no matter how hard we strive, we can't see because we are wearing green glasses. We cannot see the other colors, but others can see it. And if you have a coach, they can be your blind spot monitor. They can tell you things about yourself you cannot possibly find out on your own. Coaches help you to see your patterns, take committed action, and experience profound and lasting change faster. Now, I'd like to share some case stories. These are real life stories of amazing transformations our clients made using all five shifts, but while giving more attention to one or other shift based on their mentors' recommendation. The names of our clients have been changed to protect their privacy. So let's meet Sandra. And this name has been changed. But when Sandra came to us, she had marital problems, severe marital problems. She and her husband were fighting all the time like cats and dogs, scratching each other's out. They were on the verge of a divorce, could not have a conversation without it degenerating into fights and names and throwing things at each people. And it was taking a tremendous toll on her health and peace of mind. So when she came to us, we discussed the problem and we suggested that she implement shift 2, which is respond, not react. Of course, you have to use all the five shifts, but you have to put more attention to one or two shifts depending on your particular situation. So we told her, Sandra, that she was reacting to her husband and thereby behaving like a thermometer or a hamster in a cage, creating the same problem again and again and again. After she learned how to respond to her husband instead of reacting to it, things changed for her dramatically. We also helped her implement shift 3, which is changing her energetic signature, because the way we respond and not react is by changing our energetic signature. So, fast forward 6 months, and Sandra came back to us and with happy news. She had reignited their love. The arguments had reduced to a large extent. Now they could agree to disagree in a cordial way, and they had fun times with each other, looking forward to each other's company, and really thanking her for saving her marriage and creating a harmonious situation at home. Now let's look at our second case study. Meet Anna. When Anna came to us, she was in very bad shape because she had given up her legal career to establish her husband and raise a family. She came to us with very low self esteem, feeling worthless, and thinking that nobody respected her because she had nothing to give back to the world or contribute to the world. We sat with her and worked out a game plan where, of course, like in all cases, they have to implement all the five shifts, but to put more attention on becoming a conscious creator. We worked with her to also make her implement shift 4, which is live in the question and to discover the blessings in her current reality. So after working with us, she created what she wanted. She first realized that what she was experiencing is her own creation, and she tweaked it a little bit, and then she realized that immediately, almost immediately, her mood changed, her confidence came back, and she was able to receive appreciation from her family. And she was, most importantly, able to refocus her energy, thoughts, and action to change her point of attraction. She was able to take her hobby and make herself feel useful, excited, and have a meaningful life while at the same time enjoying her family. Finally, let's meet Maya. When Maya came to us, she was a well read, open minded intellectual, but she did not get the respect that she deserved from her colleagues. Despite following self help books and attending various workshops, she could not command the authority and respect at work, and she wanted our help to restore her confidence and command authority at work. So we worked with her and made a game plan which mostly focused on investing in coaching, because Maya was already way ahead of the game from most of her peers and colleagues, because she had really read up on a lot of self help books and attended a lot of workshops. But just an intellectual understanding of the rules and principles of harmonious relationship is not enough. That's why it is so important to invest in coaching. And we told her where her blind spots were. We worked with her, and within a couple of months, she could troubleshoot her challenges herself. All we did was become a mirror and reflected back to her what she was not able to see, and hold her hand, make her accountable, give her a little extra information. And she was extremely happy with the power and authority she commands at work. Now, today I promised you how to make yourself a priority in your life and still enjoy a healthy and happy relationship with the people you love, work, and enjoy spending time with. How to stay calm and effective even when you're feeling angry, hurt, and anxious. How to communicate your unmet needs and expectations without appearing selfish. How to handle people's drama without having emotional outbursts, meltdowns, and withdrawing into your shell. How to feel peaceful and harmonious even if your life partner, children, and co workers don't appreciate or recognize your contributions. And how to do all of this without the help of any therapy, drugs, food, or any other coping mechanism that doesn't work. What you need to win in the world of relationships, you need to make the 5 shifts. And the shifts are to become a conscious creator of your life and relationships. And you can do that by implementing the second shift, which is respond and not react to the relationships and events in your life. And how do you learn to respond and not react? You do that by changing your energetic signature. That is the third shift. It is the secret weapon that we use. And how do you change your energetic signature? It's the glue, the fourth shift, which is the glue that brings everything together. That is live in the question. And finally, it all is brought together when you invest in coaching. That is the fifth shift. These 5 shifts alone are enough to propel you to master your relationships. Now you have a choice. I've given you some ideas on how to enjoy despite your current situation with the current people in your life. Once you master your energetic signature, you are free forever to attract and hold on to amazing people. Now, you could sit here and hope that life gets better, or you can decide to get help. To get help to claim your power and your life, and to get maximum freedom on how to live your life. How can I help? My team and I have set aside some time in the next 48 hours to speak to you personally about how you can apply these ideas in your life starting today. Whatever your biggest challenges are, we have seen it and we know how to overcome it. In the breakthrough call, we will work with you to craft a step by step game plan to hit your goals of happy and healthy relationships, whether they be your partner, children, or colleagues. You can have loving, respectful, and confident, powerful relationship with anyone, and attracting and maintaining loving, fun, and respectful people to live and work with. The cost? Absolutely free. Why we are doing this? We do this because we love to help people enjoy wonderful relationships so that the world is a better place for all of us. Plus, we know that you might want our help to transform your life like we have helped hundreds of other people. If so, we can discuss it and see if it's a good fit for both of us. If not, that's fine too. Don't waste your time to change other people. It doesn't work. Bring back the power to yourself to create the life you want and have the people in your life that you desire. Click on the button on this page that'll take you to our website. Choose from all the time slots available to book your breakthrough call. A lot of people are watching this webinar, and there are only 24 hours in a day, and we can only talk to so many people. So click on that button to book your spot, to have that conversation that could change your relationships and your life forever. Think about your relationships and think about what you're trying to achieve. We would love to get you there, but you have to make the first move and hit that button to book your breakthrough call. Thank you for watching me today. I am Neeta Ganapati, and we will talk soon.